Well, I pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down that eastern seaboard. I've got my diesel wound up and she's running like never before. There's a speed zone ahead, alright. I don't see a cop in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Seems like a month since I kissed my baby.
6 Days on the Road was recorded and a big hit for Dave Dudley back in 1963. And since then, it's been recorded by a few other artists and bands, with probably Sawyer Brown having the next biggest hit with it. But we're going to do the Dave Dudley version because that's got the lick that everybody wants to learn. I've had quite a few requests for this one. And really, the song only has the one signature lick, and then there's a lick in D. There was no rhythm guitar played on it, and then a short little turnaround kind of solo. So what I did was I made a full solo out of it and added a little bit of rhythm to it to give you an idea of how I would approach playing this. So the guitarist, by the way, on the recording was a studio musician by the name of Jimmy Colvard, C-O-L-V-A-R-D. And, he played on a lot of sessions back then. And really cool sound on this, which is different than a lot of other recordings you're going to hear. So let's start by breaking down the signature lick, and I'll show you how I believe he played that. It's really hard to get the tone that he got out of that, and I think I figured out why. Here's the lick. We're in the key of G, by the way. The progression of the song, let's go over that. Pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down the eastern seaboard. Got my diesel wound up and she's running like never before. Okay, G to D, G to D. There's a speed zone ahead, alright. Don't see a cop in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Alright, 3-chord song. Signature lick, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's all there is to it. Now, it doesn't sound like he played it because I don't have it drowned out in as much reverb, which I'll be adding some reverb here in the mix. So some of these licks are going to have it. But it doesn't, to me, sound like he did this with a pick. I think he did it with a thumb and a finger, because you can't get the same kind of thud kind of attack. If I do this with my thumb and finger, all right, you notice the difference in the sound there? To me, that sounds more like the way he did it, really digging that finger under there, the fleshy part of your index finger, and the thumb doing, like ghost notes. So I think that's how he played that. With the pick, it obviously sounds different. Now, another thing is too, when I'm holding the pick, I'm digging in with my middle finger, and of course I got the fake nails on there, and I can't get that middle finger in as like I can with the index. My index finger just naturally wants to dig in under those strings, and my middle finger doesn't. So maybe, if you don't use the fake nails, you might be able to get closer to that tone using your middle finger and a pick. So that's the lick there. Let's go over that again. Key G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I'm hitting a ghost note, picking it here at the 5th fret, bend that up like a half step, another ghost note, another half bend. And then we're coming up here to the 4th string. Hammer on. That's it. On the second time around, he did this, and I don't know if I just played it on a recording I made. Let's go the second time around. You hear this? And what he did there, you're coming in, you're raking up with your pick. You lay your finger across that 5th fret. You're not pressing it, you're just laying them, muting the strings, and you're going to rake up from 3, 4, 5, and as you get to 6, you press down. And again, half step bend. That's the main lick. From there, I pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down the eastern seaboard. Okay, we got that lick again. Let me show you what I'm doing for rhythm. As I mentioned, on the recording, there was no rhythm. This is what I'm playing. All right, I'm doing a pick, double stop. Think of your bar chord. Okay. That's it. Just pick, double stop, pick, double stop. And I'm doing double picks. That's all there is to that, what I'm doing to that. Now, if you'd like more ideas on other rhythm patterns to play, you might want to check out my 5-disc set, country rhythm patterns that I put together. I got, I think, a half a dozen different patterns that'll work over this progression. But that's the one I chose to play for this. So we got pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down the eastern seaboard. Got my diesel wound up, and she's running like never before. That's the other lick in the song. Here's what we're doing. We're on our D chord, so we're going to bar strings 4, 3, and 2. We're going to rake down on those, and again, you kind of muting them and then applying the pressure as you get to the B. As soon as you get that rake, come back down and hit this again. And then I do double stops on strings 2 and 3. And again, that's at fret 5, by the way. And then again at 7. And then rake again, double stop, and then come down and hit this one. Remember the first time we raked and then hit this first. Now we're going to rake, double stop, come hit this, and repeat that again. 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, and there's variations to this lick. You know, I'm sure you've heard this lick many times on many songs, and it's just different, all kinds of different variations to that. But that's the way I got it off this record. Right there, there's one right there. You pull back off again. So let's look at that one. Okay, hammer on, and then back again. And then, so that was the rake, and then double stop, and then a hammer on again. There I just did a double stop, 2 double stops. All right, I'll have these both variations tabbed out for you. From there, the song goes back to the C. Well, I'm just playing them, you know, moving my bar shape down here, triple stopping all 3. I think I slid into that. Okay, back to the G, and I got this from a version that I saw, there again, YouTube video on. Dave was playing it live at the Grand Ole Opry, and a guitar player there played this. This is a G7. So I'm on, again, strings 4, 3, and 2, frets 9, 10, and 8. So. Okay. And then to the C. Now this was on the recording. A 1. Sliding up from the 3rd, I'm on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Okay, and then it goes back to the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There was nothing played there. So I might play something like 2, 3, 4. You know. By the way, I forgot to mention, all these licks, or this main lick out of here, is based around a minor pentatonic. Oops. Now, even though he's not hitting that, he's hitting here, bending it up a half step. So think of your minor pentatonic when you're playing this song. All right, so we were on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, if you want to throw that in there. Down to the D, if you want to throw that. Back to the G. Okay, so we just did part of that signature lick. From there, he did the short little turnaround.